Time for another edition of Litter Media Live, a special edition, and we have Jade Berry with us. She is the driving force behind Art in the Streets. We're going to explain more coming up in just a moment, but first, these words from Classic Brands. Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. Good to have Jade Berry back with us again. Thank you so much for coming in.
Of course. One of my favorites.
Well, thank you. You have another Art in the Streets event, and while we do this on Thursday, it's coming up real quick. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
We wanted to get you in here sooner, but we just couldn't get together.
Oh, the internets. Yes, Art in the Streets. It's one of my very favorite events that we do all year. It just encourages every person from every age group, every demographic to come out. It makes Friday night very seamless because you get to come out, you get to eat, you get to hang out with the kids. You don't have to worry about your kids and just be with the community. It's a very small like packed in event because it's on 2nd Street. So it's a little bit smaller than being on Paint. And it just makes it so much more cozy. And everybody just comes out and hangs out. We get to hear music. We have local artists come out, local musicians come out. And this year we have a special thing happening on stage this year. We have, my daughter is a dancer, so she'll be putting together a routine for this event. And we have poets this year. All throughout. Yeah, it'll be great. We have our own poet laureate, Kathleen Burgess, and then several from Columbus. We have people coming from, it's really crazy to see how many different cities come out to events like this because we just think it's just Chillicothe. We have our little town and we're excited when our people come out, but then you ask people where they're coming from and some people are passing through, they're travelers because it's a Friday, and some people have just come out from, Cincinnati, Columbus, Athens. They come from everywhere. So it's really great.
And you started this back during your first joining of the Pump House Center for the Arts. And it's like, this is cool to have everybody come to the Pump House, but how about we take it outside?
Exactly. And, this is the 3rd annual. So the third year is always like the kicker. You're so excited because now you feel like you've established something. But we really, during the communication about even putting this event together, it was all about sometimes people don't know where to go. But if we go to them, then they can make a connection that they wouldn't make on an average daily base. You think about the arts, but you don't think about it being a part of your life unless you're actually an artist. But Art in the Streets opens that door wide open for everybody. Everybody gets to participate in some way. Everybody gets to use their artistic skill in some way. You get to have it on your body through face paint. You get to, have it in your home through buying a piece of pottery or a painting from someone that you may have known but may not have known that they were an artist. It's just a really cool way for us to connect on a deeper personal level with each other in a way that we may not have otherwise.
During my days in Columbus radio, we had the Columbus Arts Festival, and what a cool event that was. And they threw in music, food, the whole deal, and you have created something like that here in Chillicothe. So kudos to you and all of your team members making this happen.
Thank you. It definitely is. It does have a heart, like a big city heart to it. And I think it's really cool because we have such a different dynamic here in Chillicothe where it's almost like the big small city. Our demographic and age is wide. We have different kinds of professionals, lots of entrepreneurs, small business owners here, as well as physicians. We have everything you can think of right here in our, what we call a small town. But it's really cool to see how we are big in our own right in Chillicothe, and we don't wait around for people to do it for us. We just get out there and we make it happen.
Mm-hmm. As you mentioned, there's a stage involved, so there'll be performances on stage. Are you using the Majestic Theater this year, too?
We actually are not.
Okay.
We are always in front of the Majestic Theater, which is really cool because I don't think people realize how much happens there. So I really like the stage is like right by the Majestic Theater. And people can see like, oh, hey, this is a real functioning theater. And it's so beautiful. I think sometimes when you see things that look historical and beautiful, you're like, oh, but it doesn't function. But we have a lot that happens at the Majestic. And if you're younger, you might not think so. I remember the first time I came to Chillicothe, that was one of the most wonderful parts of coming here was the Majestic Theater. And to have people like Danny Hines get on that stage and perform, we just get to see how much talent we have here in Chillicothe and how we are exposing that to the world.
Yeah. Now, is this a ticketed event, or we can just all walk right in?
You can walk right in. It's a 100% free event through the Pump House. Our encouragement to you is to just come and be. We encourage you also to support all of the artists that are selling their artistic goods. But to just be with each other is the most important part, to connect with each other and network in a way that you wouldn't network any other way. So yes, free of charge, come and have all the fun.
And as an organizer, first time you've not had to worry about weather. I mean, I know there's been some concerns in previous years,
yes,
but not this time.
No, the weather is actually going to be beautiful. And it's funny because we've had concerns the first 2 years about weather and nothing ever happened. It was always really beautiful. And this is the first time that there's like no nervous energy around the weather, and it's going to be incredibly beautiful. And we have so many options for, weather. Like we can have the tents and all the things that we can do, but this year we don't have to worry about that. We're just going to go in and have a good time. You can grab a cup of coffee from Chillicothe and listen to the music. And I would actually encourage you to bring a camping chair so you can sit and listen to the music if you want. So
can we purchase art at all?
All the arts. You can purchase so many different kinds. So this year is really incredible because we have so many different kinds of art. We have anywhere from crochet and knitting art to painting to music to poetry books being sold, pottery. Anything you can think of is being sold. You can even get your hair braided. You can get your face painted. We have a caricature artist who may be coming. Just anything you can think of. The idea is to expand people's minds of what art is. Because sometimes when you think art, you just think painting. But there are so many different forms of art, and you may have one and not realize what it is or how you can utilize it. So the idea of Art in the Streets is to expose people a lot more to something that they may felt like they didn't have access to.
It would truly be some art if I were able to get hair braided in some fashion.
We will work on that.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that works.
Again, 5 to 9 p.m.?
5 to 9 p.m. Yep. We usually set up about 4 hours before that. So yeah, 5 to 9 p.m. The chords will strike with the Chillicothe Brass Band at 5 o'clock. So it starts promptly at 5 o'clock.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I saw earlier today on 2nd Street that all the no parking signs are up.
Yep.
And so that's making plenty of room.
Getting ready.
You're going to be doing. So good luck to you with the setup, and we hope you have a great turnout.
We will.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming in.
Of course.
Jade Berry with Art in the Streets. It is Friday night, May 31st from 5 until 9 p.m. Thanks to Classic Brands for making this segment possible with another edition of Litter Media Live.